Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. We are so glad you are here with us tonight. This is webinar 107, Healers Enlightened Network, and this is on insomnia. So what we named this for our theme this month is Our Sight to Be. Reason being, many times when we have clients or even ourselves, family that have insomnia, they don't think their sight can be, there's nothing there, there's nothing wrong, right? They can't see what they need to see to be, so to speak. Does that make any sense? Yes? Okay, good. So I'm sure at one point in your life, you have come across a time where you have not been able to sleep. Has everybody experienced that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody has. And it's like, oh my Lord, not again tonight, right? I don't want to do this again tonight. Okay. Well, insomnia is the inability of not getting to sleep, but also not staying asleep. And then you're not supposed to wake up till 6 o'clock, but here you are at 3:30 wide awake and going, wow, are you serious? And I cannot go back to sleep. So there's many ways when we work with clients in which we need to ask them about insomnia, about them not sleeping. So remember, you kind of got to be like a little detective in there, so to speak. Okay? So there's many questions. So we're going to go over some of them. Now, many people, when they have insomnia, they can't shut it off when they go to sleep, right? Their brain just goes and goes and goes. Reason being, they've got too much going on in their lifetime, right? There's just so much going on, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's job, health reasons. There's so many, right? There's just so many. And there's also illnesses and divorces and job losses, and there's so many things that can play with our sleep. The young ladies a few months ago told me when I was having trouble sleep, when I first started getting sick here, because my mind would not shut off, they told me to go to bed with a pad and a pen, and when my mind started running, to write it down. If I could read it the next day, no well. And by golly, it worked. I actually went to sleep for a while. So it's kind of silly, but it works. So the common causes besides stress, because stress is something that's daily, and that's something we're really going to have to work on. But also, so many people have irregular sleep schedules now. Do you notice that? They don't go to bed at the same time, right? And they're doing all kinds of crazy things because they don't have to go to work. Not all of them do. So they're kind of doing some crazy stuff. So we have to think about also the neurological problems that not sleeping can cause, or that these imbalances cause us not to sleep. Okay, there's many things that exasperate insomnia, and we don't want to exasperate it. We want to be able to make someone to sleep, to be calm. So that's our job, is to find out what is that deep underlying cause that's got that person so much where they can't sleep. I mean, it is no fun going 4 and 5 days with no sleep. I mean, I'm just getting to the point where I'm sleeping 3 days, and it's a hallelujah. Let me tell you, it's something. So what are the common causes of insomnia? Okay. There are so many potential effects or reasons. We'd be here for days, so we're not going to do that. But we could go into, besides not only health conditions and sleep conditions, let's look at it maybe from a holistic view, because I thought this was a little different. Insomnia, to a holistic view of it, because when I was looking through my holistics, it's actually a state of what they call hyperarousal. Now, have you ever asked your client, subconscious, is your subconscious hyper aroused? Is that why it cannot sleep? I've never asked that question. Have you? I've been doing this for 14 years. I've never asked that question. Didn't even think about it. So hyperarousal not only disrupts the ability to fall asleep, it also disrupts the ability to stay asleep. So we can ask this question and then find out, is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it physical? Is it spiritual? Is it any of the four? And if it is one of those four, are the four of them together working as one? Or are they just singly working? Do you know what I mean? Because if they're just working as one and not working together, then you're not going to sleep. Correct? Questions? No questions? Okay. So, and remember that it can also be triggered by foods, by caffeine, by alcohol. Okay. So you have to think about that. So let's talk a minute about stress. Stress itself, we know, can cause profound health problems, right? I mean, ones we don't even want to deal with. It takes care of it pretty well. Okay, we know that it does cause so many health imbalances, but stress and sleep, it really causes imbalances. So we have to think about the reaction each person's body is having, right? Because each one of us are unique. So we're not going to react the same when we don't sleep, right? And we're not going to sleep due to the same reasons. Correct? So we have to be, again, detectives. And we make good detectives, especially when we can get in that subconscious and go, mm-hmm. It's kind of, I mean, this is the coolest thing. I mean, how could we not be blessed by such a job to be able to do this and to be able to help people and bless them? It's beautiful. It's the thing that we need to do, and we need to do to everybody. Sorry, I get really excited when I talk about this stuff, and people think I'm a little nuts. So if I get a little crazy, I'm sorry. That's the way I am. Okay? Okay. So stress. Stress comes from us all the way around, every single day. There's not a day that goes by that there isn't something stressful that goes by. Correct? Kind of like a manic Monday almost every day some days. Not all the times, but sometimes. So one thing that this adds to, and something we have to watch for, is PTSD. Okay? When they cannot sleep, and if their PTSD is caused from wartime PTSD, we need to get them the help we need to get them. And make sure you're watching those eyes. Okay, please watch their eyes. It's very, very careful. Very, very careful. Okay. Make sure they're talking to you. If they stop, you make sure you get them talking again. You make sure you get them touching something. Talk to them about anything but what you were talking to them about. Get their mind completely off of it. Okay, let them relax. Let them chill out. Because when they deal with these emotions and these remembrances, if you've ever been around it, if you haven't, when you are, please be careful. It's very frightening, not only for them, but for you, to watch their faces, to watch the pain go across their face. But we can help them. But we have to help them right. So with PTSD, when you look off to the right or to the left, they're either thinking or they're recalling a remembrance. And then when they're recalling that, sometimes their eyes will get this little glassy glass film over them. That's when you need to call them back. Have you ever seen that occur with anybody? Have you ever seen anybody's eyes glass over? Think about it. It's really quick. You have to watch it. If never, okay. I'll see if I can let me see what I can come up with. Let me see if I can find something for you, because you have to watch quick when you're watching, because if you don't know what you're watching for, you'll miss it completely, and then you might push them too far. And the reason I warn about this is because with PTSD, they can get aggressive. Okay, they can get really upset. It can cause a lot of things to occur. We have to be really careful and walk really careful with them. But if they've come to us for help, that means they're ready for the help. Now, the VA does offer them help. Then I'll stop at that right there. I won't say what I think about that there. Okay, let's just remember to please be careful of PTSD. Now, remember, not only people with military background, other people have PTSD. Okay, I have severe PTSD and certain things will set me off. Do not be in my proximity. There's certain things, there's certain sounds, there's certain noises. So always be careful when you're working with somebody with it. Okay, just want to throw it out, not trying to frighten you, not try to scare you. Just want you to be aware. Please protect yourself and them. It's very important, especially if you're working with somebody. It's always important, but when you're working with somebody with PTSD, it's very imperative. Okay. So one thing, and I'm sure I don't know if you've heard of this or not, when we're in this hyperarousal state, the inability to sleep becomes a source of the stress itself. You're angry because you can't sleep. You're angry because you're laying there and your body hurts. And it feels like the cycle is never going to stop. So you have to help them understand that it will stop. It can stop. And we just have to have faith that it will stop and work with them. It shouldn't take but a couple times and you'll have them sleeping. The first time, especially when you're first working with a client, first time you take off that top layer, the second time you get a lot deeper, don't you? Okay, because the subconscious has to have a chance to trust, in my opinion. Nobody will say that, but that's just how I feel. Okay, my opinion, just mine. Okay. So, have you ever heard of sleep reactivity? You've not heard of that? Have you ever heard of that? Sleep reactivity. Okay. Researchers believe that with some people, when they're really vulnerable to sleeping and they have stress-induced sleep problems, these people are considered to be sleep reactive. So they have issues that have mental imbalances, like they have been abused. And I don't need to say any more than that, right? You've got that? Okay. Well, I didn't realize they had something called sleep reactivity. And when I worked that on me and then asked if there were any ghost imbalances or anything like that, you wouldn't believe all the stuff that came out. It was kind of amazing. So it can also affect, of course, our physical health and mental health. And if we've never known to ask for that, no wonder my stomach was like it was. No wonder. And when it came out, that was that. It was amazing. Had a good cry. That's always cathartic and amazing and good too. So now let's talk about insomnia and irregular sleep schedules. We know that we have the circadian rhythm. We know that it works beautifully when it works. We also know when people have jet lag or when they have irregular shift schedules, they have imbalances with their sleep. But what can also do that is if these people stopped this shift change or changed their job from this other job, they have trouble getting back to sleeping regularly because and I didn't know this either, did you know your sleep cycle can be backwards and forwards at the same time? I'd never heard that until I did research on this. And it can be backwards and forwards at the same time. So I always ask, is it forwards or is it backwards? Is it both? I worked on it for my sister even. She goes, wow, you know what? I slept 8 hours last night. Better than 2. So it's really different. So maybe we can help more. Both shift workers and night workers, they go through the night, they have to adjust to these times. So it's hard for them. Have any of you ever worked with anybody with shift workers? Okay. So let's talk about insomnia in lifestyle. Do you think it affects lifestyle? Right. Unhealthy habits and routines, let's call it routines, with our lifestyle, with food, with drink, whatever we may do, may increase our inability to sleep at night. So keep in mind that the brain stays stimulated when we're playing our little games, when we're watching TV. So shut that stuff off for a couple hours before you go to bed. Break your routine. You know what the doctor at the hospital told me? He goes, you haven't slept in how many days? And he looked at me and his eyes were huge. And he goes, my God, I've never heard of this. And it's like, enjoy my life. He goes, have you ever, and he goes, and this is really odd for me to say this, and you're going to think I'm really odd for saying this. And I thought, he goes, have you ever stepped out of your head and looked back at yourself and pretend like you're sleeping and watch yourself as you sleep? Have you ever thought of that? Let me tell you, it wasn't very easy to do. But it was something that needed to happen. And it's changed some things. So there's so many things in life. It's just, so let's talk about napping late in the afternoon. Many people think that's cool. Okay. Your body gets used to it, yes. But one thing your body needs, if you need to lay down in the afternoon because you're exhausted, lay down, put your feet higher than your heart, and give yourself a thyroid push. 20 minutes is all it takes, and your thyroid gets this push, and you get energy. Make sure you drink water. It works. I've been doing it for a long, long time. People look at me like I'm really weird when I tell them that. And it does take away, it does. It sounds odd, doesn't it? Go like, I don't want to lie down. Well, you know, it really does sound odd. Some of the things that we do, it does. Some of the things that we ask people to do are odd. But by golly, when they work, they work. You know? So also, people think that they can sleep in to make up for that sleep that they lost. You can't do that. You're actually disrupting your sleep cycle when you do that. So go to bed what time you go to bed, get up what time you get up if you're exhausted. do some things. Paulo is going to teach you how to sleep, but do look up Donna Eden and do her morning routine. You'll have energy to go the rest of the day. The first day I did it, I got so much done in my house. It was a shock. As a matter of fact, I paid for it for 2 days. So it's kind of fun. It gives you lots of energy. So remember to use your bed for things that we're supposed to use our bed for. Don't take all your work in there and do all your work in bed. It's hard to allow our mental brains to just relax. If you notice, when you go lay down at night and you go to relax and you take that, finally my body can chill. And then pretty soon you notice all the aches. And then pretty soon those aches become pain. And pretty soon you notice some other stuff going on in your body and you're going, okay, what's happening here? So remember that going to bed does this to you because you start to relax and your other things come up and your brain is sending you signals because it thinks you need to be awake and it wants to check you, are you awake? So when these little things come across your mind, this is what I started doing when we were at the hospital. And it's been pretty fun. And it's kind of odd because y'all know I'm kind of odd. So here we go. When it comes across to you, because sometimes thoughts aren't very nice. Sometimes thoughts can be quite negative, as a matter of fact. And at nighttime, you know it's not God talking to you. You know who's talking to you. You put this on a gold little leaf and you let that little leaf go. And you say, thank you, God. What do you need me to learn from this? And he'll show you. It's very amazing. You allow the meditation to go deeper and allow yourself to see even more the more deeper you get. It's pretty amazing. Does everybody do meditation? Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, let's talk about, besides the physical pain, remember, I almost forgot this, besides the physical pain, remember when people do have physical pain, remember to check. When they're having insomnia and they tell you, I have physical pain, check their nervous systems and check their respiratory systems. There may be a blockage there, okay? And it may be hard for them to lay down. Some people, when they lay down, they tell you they have trouble when they lay down. They can't get their breath. So check their airway. Make sure all of this is open all the way through and make sure it's all connected to the brain and the brain's connected to all of it. Make sure there's no disconnections that lie within. Now, not all insomnias are the same. Remember that some of them are very short term. They're just a few days. People get over them very quickly. Others are longer than 3 months. And these are the people that are struggling and that they need your help. And remember, their primary problem is not the insomnia itself. Even though it seems like it, because they cannot sleep, there is an underlying condition to why they're having this insomnia. They are concerned about anything. Let me give you some ideas here in a minute. Medications. We all know that medications do all not cohabitate together, correct? And sometimes certain medicines cause us to have insomnia. So when you get a new medication that you're not aware of it, or that make sure if the client is not aware of it, that they get the handout and to make sure what it cohabitates with and what it does not, because many times there lies the problems. Also with neurological problems, people with dementia, Alzheimer's, Huntington's, okay? Attention deficit disorder, all these people, even autism, they will all have problems sleeping. And when they get later on, like autism, not autism, Alzheimer's, dementia, when it gets to the later stages, in stages 7 and 8, they will start having visions, some in 6. Okay, there is a medication for these visions. Sometimes this does not help these visions, and it bothers these patients unbelievably so. Now, I am dealing with a woman who is 89 years old and has dementia. She believes she knows I do what I do, and she says the pain went away, then that's all what we needed to do today. I feel better, then that's what we needed to do today. I don't charge her. She's a living soul. Her family treats her like crap. We need to reach out to people. We need to touch people's hearts. We can, through our healing, show people the love that we have to offer them. Don't forget how beautiful your souls are and how much people appreciate your love. Please don't forget that, whatever you do. Okay? 30 to 40% of all adults struggle with sleep. That's a pretty big number in my book. And I imagine now with COVID, the number's even higher. So if there's this many that struggle with sleep, why? When I did research on there, why is there not more help? Why are they just giving them pills and turning them around and telling them to go away? Why are they not finding out what exactly caused their insomnia? This upsets me to no end. Being a nurse and being on this end of it, it upsets me, especially when they do this to teenagers. There's more we can do for insomnia than people have any clue about. What about something simple like passion flower tea? How easy is that? It'll put you right to sleep. What about something easy like melatonin? Some people can tolerate it, some people cannot. What about something like Nervous 8? What about something a little more easier that builds the body up instead of tearing the body down? I'm not saying bad juju to medications, okay? Please forgive me, ladies.
That's what the edit's for.
That's what edit is for. Insomnia. These are the slides that we picked out. Insomnia, of course, the medications, health problems, stress, anxiety, worry, thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and lifestyle, drugs, etc. What is insomnia? Of course, we know. And what defines insomnia? We spoke about that. And this lady kind of got it good for me. When I saw her, she was like, okay. I felt like that many, many times. She got it. Then we have this right here, biological, the circadian rhythm, the hormone. Everybody is supposed to produce melatonin. The problem is when we age, our body stops producing certain hormones. One of them, well, actually all of them, but one of them is melatonin. You can activate melatonin within your body itself, besides not just putting it in this way. Behind both of your knees, if you'll feel in the soft spot behind your knees, you'll find a little knot right behind there. It's on both sides of your knees, on the back side where it bends. Do you feel that knot, ladies, behind your knee? Mine is very apparent because mine's bad, but
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's your
Maybe.
pineal gland. It's a really funny feeling little thing. It's kind of like a hard little knot. That is your pineal gland. And at
Okay,
nighttime,
yeah.
rub birchwood on this
Uh,
at nighttime before you go to bed, and rub it clockwise. And this will help you to go to sleep, and it activates the melatonin naturally in your body without having to take the melatonin. So biological, our circadian rhythm also controls the cortisol, the estrogen, the progesterone, the sleepiness. So we need to make sure these are all 100%. Our serotonin levels, whether our mood disorder, all of this that's on this slide does impact our sleep habits, unfortunately. This technological thing where everybody's on their devices and on their computers all the time is a very bad thing. If I'm sure that you've all noticed, well, when we were allowed to go out to eat, everybody was on their phones. This was a little bit different. Sleep onset in minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, deep sleep, 45 minutes. And this is when they awaken every 2 hours, insomnia every 6 minutes, awakenings every 2. Early morning awakenings, no. So I really thought it was odd that people with deep sleep or insomniacs average 5 to 5 hours. I average 4 hours, so I guess 5 to 5 is good. But this is what you're supposed to be averaging, is 7 to 5. So of course, we talked about the causes, the jet lag, but not all of us are jet setting across the world every day. It would be nice, but we're not. And then all these bad habits. But I did find the thing about coffee. Now, I have suffered with insomnia for probably close to 30 years. And when I have it very bad and I don't sleep at night, I get up at between 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and David makes coffee, and I drink 2 cups of coffee, and I go in and I go back to sleep. It works that way because the adrenaline in it works against the adrenaline in what I'm feeling. And we'll also go over a couple of other things. It's very odd. And actually, my herb lady, my mentor, taught me about that. Now, this one I thought was very good also, because this is how you feel with insomnia. Your brain is constantly anxiety filled. It is, you have, when you don't sleep, you have the inability to do things. You try so hard to do things and you screw them up, and you get so mad. You have behavioral anger, your mood goes up and down. But the sad thing of what it does is it ruins your health. Now, this is the 3 P's of a model of chronic insomnia: predisposing, precipitating, and perpetuating. Biological traits, gender, age. And this can also be what I felt, even though it's anxiety prone, can be inherited. Stressful life events, medical illnesses, depression, anxiety, and it just keeps going. Perpetual, that's not any fun at all. So I won't go over all. They've got 5 categories of, not all insomnia is the same, talking about type 1 insomnia, type 2 insomnia, type 3, type 4, type 5. And when we work on insomnia, we work with sleep cycle 1, sleep cycle 2, sleep cycle 3, sleep cycle 4, and then we make sure that all 5 of them work together. It was the same. And David thought this one was cute. Take time to identify your stressors. At times, it is very hard to admit to what your stressors are. And then break those stressful projects into manageable chunks before it reaches 2 hours before you go to bed. And it says to spend 30 minutes at least decompressing before your bed. Boy, I would need like 3 hours before I go to bed before I could decompress. I cannot decompress at night. Don't know about you women, how you decompress at night. Avoiding cell phones and electronics, and try relaxation techniques like guided imaging, breathing techniques. And Paula's going to show you more. Insomnia, it goes over the the common causes of insomnia, healthy sleep cycle and an unhealthy sleep cycle, mental illness, the secondary insomnia, and primary, it's combroid. So, and then here's all the things that we talked about that causes sleep disturbances. And this one is a little bit harder to read, so you'll have to read some of these on your own. They'll all be ready for you and be present for you too. And it just goes around that continuous cycle. And here's where it talks about teens. And I love dysomnia and having to pee 5 times each night. Oh boy. And this is the cutest. Isn't that sweet? But that's where we shared. So, okay, let me get back. Where are we at here? For pregnancy and being insomniacs, we all know that as the baby grows, the baby lays and it causes nocturia, and we have to go urinate all night long, or the baby lays wrong in our stomach and we're uncomfortable at night. There's just all kinds of things that goes along with pregnancy and insomnia. So things we can ask. With many people in the world today, there's such an inadequacy for the ability for people to decompress. Do you know what I mean? So their worries that they don't think about during the day because they're busy, they worry about at night when they go in to lay down. So they don't decompress, so they don't write down, you know, like journaling. This is eating me up all day. So some people, when they don't go to sleep, I found from clients that they feel guilty for not going to sleep while their partner sleeps, if that makes sense. There's so many. There's just, it says that they make when their partner sleeps and they're not sleeping, it makes them anxious and irritable and on guard for the other person sleeping at all times because they feel like they need to watch over them. So do you ever feel like you need to watch over somebody while you're sleeping? Kids. Okay, so what you can ask is, many people who have trouble insomnia with people who have been through traumatic imbalance, and some people that have not, they feel unsafe and unable to fall asleep, and they have trouble breaking free from themselves, so to speak. So we can ask their subconsciouses, what are you holding on to? Because there's obviously something, right? And it's obviously big, okay? So what are you trying to control? Because everybody thinks that we can control things. We really cannot control everything. Everything is out of our hands. As much as we'd like to hang on to it, it is out of our hands. Okay? So if we were the person that were having the insomnia, do we need to ask, do we need to forgive ourselves for, say, something we're holding on to? Sometimes we do not even realize that we're holding on to things. until we get into the body code and we're going, oh, I can't believe that came up. And you were hanging on to something you had no idea you were hanging on to. And it's pretty beautiful to be able to let go of it and be free. Okay, so do I need to rearrange my life so these feelings, let's say, of chaos and overwhelm will cease? That's something you can ask them if they feel their lives are in chaos. Okay. And let your clients know always, because sometimes people just don't understand that they need to just stop and breathe and be at peace with themselves, to love themselves, mind, body, and soul. So give them an idea of how to quiet their minds. When a thought comes, allow it to go, allowing their minds just to be quiet and just to kind of go flow with things. And remember to always work, when you have somebody with insomnia, always with their chakras and their meridians. Those will both be imbalanced, especially their crown chakra. Work with facial bones and check for any body, brain, or any type of wall that could be involved. And then go through the 4 stages of sleep. Check for any disconnections, because there always is. It seems to be. Check the polyvagal nerve. Check the bones. Oh, I said that. The eyes even. What the eyes see. An idea allergy, it can be. A despair anchor. But sometimes what the eyes see. When I worked with the 88 lady, her eyes saw was unsupport from her family. So your eyes can see things and stop you from sleeping. So there can always be so many imbalances, and there's so much to check. So the health experts stated this to improve your ability to sleep. To wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time, eliminate the stimulants 2 hours before you go to bed, have a routine, do the thyroid push, exercise regularly, limit activities, don't eat or drink after 6 o'clock, We went through everything they did say before you go to bed. Guided meditations. Has everybody used guided meditations before? Okay. Blueberries are said to be helpful if you like blueberries. And also, remember when grandmas used to give glasses of warm milk? If you can stand warm milk, drink warm milk. And there are also energetic ways, which Paulo is going to teach you. Also remember that you can clear out the dense and the negative energies in your bedroom and in your beds, and you can do that weekly. Sometimes I do that nightly if I do not sleep. And you can also do, and remember to put in peace, love, and gratitude, do a self-test. This is a self-test. Does it, so we'll ask y'all, does it take you more than 30 minutes to fall asleep? No. Okay. Do you wake up during the night? Do you have trouble returning back to sleep? Okay. Do you wake up earlier than desired?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have daytime symptoms like fatigue, moodiness, okay, reduced energy? Do you give yourself enough time in bed to relax to be able to sleep? Okay. Because what we should be getting at our age, or y'all's age, probably not my age, y'all's age, is about 7 hours of sleep. Me, I get about, I'm supposed to be getting about 6. So as we get older, it goes down. You would think it would go up, but it goes down. Doggone it, I missed it again. Shoot. And the last thing is, do you feel safe in a dark room? Some people do not, because the darkness at night is where they were injured. So they will not feel safe inside this room. So we have to work on that if there has been. And we want to talk about something at the end, but next, Kayla, you want to present, please?
Sure. I had full intentions of typing this out, but I just didn't have time today.
You're perfectly fine.
So just going to talk about some crystals that can help with insomnia. The number one I'd like to talk about, I'm sorry, I'm trying to look, but I have to read my book, is lilac lepidolite.
Wow.
It seems to, I honestly don't have this crystal, but
yeah, I've never heard
all
of it.
my research says that it's the number one must-have.
Okay,
its
so
properties,
it's lilac, and how do you say the two?
Lepidolite, so Lepidolite. Yeah, and some of its properties include calming an interactive mind, eases feelings of stress, and creates a sense of security. Another one of its abilities is to help you access a peaceful dream state while helping your body to sink into the alpha state where your brain waves slow.
That is awesome.
Your alpha brain waves are the relaxed state that you attain just before you sink into sleep, and are also the brain waves associated with the beginning of stage 1 sleep. This stone will also help to assist you to attain the deeper theta brain waves, a highly relaxed state that is normally reached when you are deeply asleep.
Oh, good. I'm going to have to find this. Lilac lepidolite.
Yeah, I'm going to go get it too.
That's a name.
Yeah, and then another one that I've got, I'm not sure if I'm saying this correct, Stillbit or Stillbite. I've never had this crystal either before. I'm going to get all these now after researching
How do you spell this one, hon?
Stillbite.
Stillbite. That's not even in my book.
Yeah, it was new to me too. It's not even on my crystal chart that I have. It says it's a worthwhile healing stone that will help anyone suffering from insomnia. They help aid you to easily slip into a relaxed state of mind prior to sleep. By Stillbite's action to calm and soothe a chattering mind. It also allows you to successfully attain a relaxed mental state. It's also a really good crystal to meditate with, as it stops your mind chatter. And it actually balances both hemispheres of the brain, which can assist in concentration.
That's awesome.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Howlite's another good one, in like a tumble or palm stone to keep under your pillow. Again, it's a very calming and soothing energy, and it will assist you to getting to sleep easily. It also aids with stress and takes action to help you relax fully.
That was Howlite, right? Howlite. Okay, just want to make sure.
And one that I actually use, when I was doing my research, I only found it on one website that actually recommended it, but it's Celestite.
Oh, okay.
And it's worked very well for me. Every full moon, new moon, I'll charge mine in the moonlight, and I just keep it in my nightside table. And again, it's a very calming stone. Its vibrations are really good at pushing away your chaotic thoughts and bringing a sense of peace. And it keeps you connected to your angels and stuff as well. So it's very beneficial. And it's a very beautiful stone.
Okay, beautiful.
And I wasn't sure if I was going to add amethyst or not. A lot of people do say they like it, but for me, I found it very overpowering. I couldn't have it in my bedroom.
Yes, same here. I had to take it out. You too?
Yeah.
You too, Tammy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was just a 2-bit, and I even took just a little tiny piece in there, and I could feel, and it's like, okay, you're out.
Yeah, for
Now,
me,
do you guys build grids in your bedrooms then? Do y'all build grids and then use them in grids? Do you lay them in a grid? You're both looking at me. What is a grid, right?
I know what they are, but I don't have one in my bedroom actually, but I do
Well,
have them everywhere else.
if you have stones in your house, no matter how many you have, you can still make a grid with it, and it will still be powerful.
Yeah, I should
Just
actually. I got
use your
a
strongest
spare
one.
one here.
Use a test, and you can just make one right there. Just use strong for test for how strong, which one the middle one will be, and then just the side ones, and then connect them like you would a flower. Oh, very good. You've got them made out.
I have a few of them already at home.
Oh, how nice.
But, yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, I don't really have much about amethyst because for me, I didn't find that it helped, but a
Okay.
lot of people recommend it. But
Okay.
one cool thing was that it interacts with your spirit at a high level, which can result in pleasant or very intuitive dreams. So I thought that was kind of cool.
It is. If you ever want to use it like as a healing stone, you can lay down, but make sure you're laying down. You can lay down and place it in the third eye and lay down and feel this whole area get really warm. And it's amazing if you can go deep enough inside and get that super subconscious going. It shows you some really powerful light. So I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you.
I'm going to try that tonight, actually, with my
you.
amethyst. Yeah, that's kind of all I've got. They had other ones, but I didn't feel, I got a little bit more information, but at the end of the day, all crystals are amplifiers, so they can keep people up at night. 90% of the time, less is more when it comes to crystals in the bedroom. And other than that, if you still have trouble sleeping, it's possible that it could be EMF related from your Wi-Fi modem, cell phones, people sleeping with them in their bedrooms. Be sure to shut them off or keep them in a different room. And if EMFs are the case, shungite is the go-to crystal for that.
I was thinking, and I don't know, can you take, per se, I have all this shungite. Shungite, oh yeah, I have tons of light laying around like this. But can you take these, I wonder, and actually drill the center of them? I would love to make these, because I make jewelry. I would love to make these into jewelry for people, but I would have to have them. I know that that's not what we're talking about, but I wonder if these things can be drilled.
They can. I actually sell. Oh,
God bless her.
Yeah. Hi, hey guys. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. You're fine. Another webinar this late. God bless you for coming and watching us.
Absolutely. And sorry, I'm gonna miss your part, Paula. And great info, crystals. This is I'm really lacking this part. So this, I mean, it really got me thinking about some properties I could incorporate. So sorry, guys.
That's cool.
Continue, and I'll catch you soon. Okay.
Okay. Take care.
Bye, Petra.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Kayla. Paulo, if you would please, would you give us the other spiel on energy for insomnia?
Let me share.
Oh, let me come here. I have to go on the side. Okay, pop.
Let's see. Okay. I think it's here.
Hi, my name is Dondi Dolan, and this is your.
You can see my screen.
My
name is.
Okay. So These exercises that I'm going to show are some of more energy medicine exercises that we can do for insomnia. I mean, these exercises, they help for insomnia, but also they help for so many other things. So one of these exercises is spoon your feet for insomnia. You need to have a stainless steel spoon, and in your foot, you can do it before you go to bed. You can draw figure eights up and down, big and little, in each foot. Here I have this little video of Dondi.
Dondi, darling, come with me under my umbrella. This is your Wednesday Energy Minute, and I've got my stainless steel spoon today. Grab yours. We're talking about spooning the feet. When you spoon the feet, you match the polarities of your body with the polarities of the earth, and you can get grounded. Being grounded will help you sleep better. So it's really simple. You want to take your stainless steel spoon, which means it will stick to a magnet, onto the bottom of your feet, and you just want to go up and down or in figure eights or side to side for 10 to 15 seconds on each foot. You can put your feet up on a chair or over your other leg and just spoon your feet. We get letters from all over the world from people who say once they started spooning their feet, they slept like babes. So
that one is a very good one. And also doing figure eights, even with our hands, when we have like a scare in our, in our body or pets or a wound, we can trace figure eights, and that helps a lot.
Stay energy.
The other exercise that they suggest, the name of this exercise is rub the Ming Min point for insomnia. This point, we need to massage. We need to massage and make circles when we massage. This point, we have it down our belly in our lower back. There's a place, we can do it ourselves. And if it's not possible to do it in our lower back, we can do it down our belly bottom. So this is another exercise. I will put the video. That is a very good one.
Hi, my name is Dondi Dolan, and this is your Wednesday Energy Minute, and I'm going to give you a quick technique for insomnia. We have talked before about the Mingmen point. It's about 2 inches below your belly button on your lower back. I'll show you where. And we talk about rubbing it vigorously for more energy. It's called the gate of life, and it's considered pure energy. But if you have a friend who's having trouble going to sleep, or your kids, you rub your hands together to warm them up, and you have them lay on their back, and you put your hands under their back at their Mingmen point. If you're doing it for yourself, you can lay on your back and hold right here below the belly button. Concentrate on that area, and I bet that you'll be able to fall asleep and help your kids and your friends. From Tombstone, Arizona.
Another exercise that is a beautiful exercise is this one. The name is Connecting Heaven and Earth. Donna Eden and her daughter Dondi, they have videos in YouTube. You can search Connecting Heaven and Earth. This is one of the exercises, part of the daily energy medicine routine that they suggest to do daily, that it takes 5 minutes. I personally love this exercise because more you do it, if you do it every day, for example, for people that it's energy healers, it's so beautiful because we charge our body with energy. More you do it, believe me, you are going to feel the energy in your hands. For example, if I do it every day, I notice when I do the ring-a-ring method, when I muscle test, before I get the answer that is an answer that is yes, I feel the energy in my hands. If I stop doing this exercise, I don't feel the same kind of energy. And the beautiful thing of this exercise is that it releases energy, including the energy you pick up from other people and toxic environments. It helps you for that. It brings oxygen to the cells, which it activates the endorphins and supports our feelings of joy. Also activates our immune system, helps with insomnia as well. And this exercise opens our meridians and brings feelings of joy and happiness. Here are the photos, how you can do it. Always when I begin doing these exercises, I rub my hands to charge the energy, then I shake them off. And then, for example, in this exercise, you are going to place your body like in the position of the girl here in number 1, with your hands looking, to the floor, in your thighs, and the fingers spread. Then you are going to bring your hands up, and you are going to put your arms together in a prayer position. Always you will inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then you are going to open your arms. One hand will go seeing the ceiling, and the other one is seeing the earth or the floor. And you need to stretch. Imagine that you are pushing something to the sky and you are pushing something to the floor, like the photo that is the number 3. And then you are going to do 1, 2, 3 position 3 times. When you finish, you are going to do number 4. That is, you will drop your arms down to the floor, all your body and your waist. Relax your knees and slightly bend. You will take 2 breaths and slowly you are going to return to the stand position. This exercise, is beautiful. Do it, once a day, and day by day, you're going to start feeling the energy. And also it helps from insomnia. I will search a video and I can share, Cynthia, so perhaps we can add it to a file.
Sure, that'd be great. That would be great. I'd love to have these on there, Paula.
And then this is the other exercise, the crown pull. This is a beautiful one also that, for example, I use it a lot when I work with someone and they tell me, I'm having a headache. This is a very good exercise because why? Sometimes a headache can be only like energy stuck in the skull. And when we do this exercise, we are opening the skull, and we open the skull so the energy will go. But this exercise is a beautiful one because it stimulates the blood flow in our head, straightens the memory also, open the crown chakra, which is associated with our inspiration, spirituality. It's another exercise that helps with insomnia and can help alleviate headaches. This one, for example, I'm going to explain how to do it. This is very easy to do. Always, I rub my hands, I shake them out, and then my thumbs, I place them beside my eyes. That here we have a point where it goes the triple warmer meridian. And then we are going to place our hands in the forehead, and we're going to inhale and pull out. And then we're going to place our hands in the middle of the skull, and we are going to try to open the skull. So like this, inhale and exhale. And then we will do this, going down to the neck. So we do it like this. Here, I'm in my neck, I open, and then I leave my hands here, and I rest my hands in my shoulders, and I breathe in, and I breathe out. Normally, if someone is having a headache, I suggest do it 3 times. I have seen with people that they are having like a very light headache, that only doing this exercise, the headache goes away. But at the same time, it helps with insomnia. At the same time, it helps with insomnia. I will search a video from Donna also from this exercise, and I will send it to you, Cynthia. So
Thank you.
You're welcome. These are 4 energy medicine exercises that they are very nice to do, and they work for insomnia. They work for so many other things, but they work for insomnia.
I love using them. I think that when I started using them, I think I was using them too many times a day, and I was getting too much energy, and it was almost like I was attracting way too much. I was like, whoo, okay.
It's a point that we have here down the collarbone is the K27. This is a beautiful to tap.
Yep, I do mine all the time, yep.
But I have found myself that doing this in the morning is very good because it brings a lot of energy. But if I do it in the afternoon, I cannot sleep. Because
too much energy.
Too much energy, exactly. Too much energy.
And where are you pushing, sorry?
Right below the collarbone, you'll feel there's a little, the collarbone's right here that goes across, you'll feel there's a little hole right here. You can feel the hole go in right there.
Okay. And just tap? Ooh. My right side hurts. Is it supposed to hurt?
Well, it's because it's clogged then.
I will
It's clogged.
If you press these points and they hurt, Paila, you need them.
Yep.
Everything that you, when you work with energy medicine, every point that you tap, if they hurt, do it because your body needs it.
Okay,
There's also a way,
thank you so much.
And I don't remember the one name of the one, and you've got to say a certain script where you tap here several times, here, the A57 points, then the thymus points, and then your liver point, and then the leg point, and then your hands here, and then here, and then you go through it several more times. And if I go through it too many times, it will make me exhausted. It will bring the energy down. It's to help you to calm down. Like if you've got children that are being, and I've got the thing of what you're supposed to say, and there's a lot in there. Cannot memorize all that, but I will. But it's amazing how it just makes your body go. It's amazing. Her energy, Donna Eden's energy flies so high. It is so amazing to watch her work.
Yeah.
I really like her energy medicine. And taking some of her classes. Whew. Well, thank you very much. Do we have any questions? Thank you, ladies.
I do have a question, sorry.
You're
It was
fine.
about back when we were sleeping, oh my gosh, I had a really long day, sorry.
You're fine. Okay, let's go ahead.
Oh my gosh, okay, it was about, did you say ghost imbalances? When we were talking, it was after sleep reactivity?
I have some imbalances are called ghost imbalances. They're hiding. So I call them ghost imbalances, and they show up as ghost imbalances, which is strange, but they do. That's what I thought. If that's what you're going to show up as, okay, that's all right. There's even ones, I have ones, oh, now my mind just went, whoop. Oh, it did not just lose that. It did. There's also other ones I call on, and doggone it, my book's downstairs too, and I can't think of what it is. I suppose I don't have any of this stuff up here. Let's see if I do. I might be lucky. There's more. I've got so many cards with so much information. Where is it at? Maybe I have it in here. Absorbed energy, unresolved energy, back to heart, heart to back. Going for shadow energies. Chew.
Shadow energies? Okay.
Shadow energies. And with shadow energies, check perception energies when you're working on shadow energies.
Okay.
And they do show up quite often.
Okay.
Just ask if this is a shadow energy, and ask if there's any perception energy that lays within the shadow energy. Because it doesn't want you to know it's there in the first place. And sometimes you can feel the energy get much stronger when you find it being there, because it was hiding and you just found it. And you can feel the energy rotate. I can anyway. I can feel the energy rotating. So it's probably different for everybody. But
Okay.
you
I
can
just have
find it.
one more question.
Sure,
too.
go right
Sorry.
ahead. You're
I know
fine. Don't
everyone's
ever
probably-
apologize. That's what we're here for. Questions are great.
It was just the birch wood. Is that an essential oil?
I think it is. I think it's doTERRA. I think it's doTERRA. Let me get back with you 100%. Dave got it for me, so I didn't even look. I think it's doTERRA though.
Okay. Awesome.
I think.
Yeah, that interested me.
Yeah, it
Okay.
stinks terrible. Because with so many of my essential oils, I just plop them right on my tongue for I can have instant relief. This I put on my tongue, and yep, my mouth got rinsed out for almost 10 minutes, and I could still taste it. It's awful. And then when I rubbed it, and then I broke it down and rubbed it on my feet because it's for insomnia. Lord have mercy, I could taste it again.
Oh, goodness.
It wasn't very good. But so now I'm just putting it in my diffuser, and it's not going to go on my body. But it has been working. It doesn't smell as bad in the diffuser, thank God, or you'd be out of the bedroom. It'd be so strong. But it is really strong. Whew. So make sure you muscle testing with it, and make sure you've got a good carrier oil going with it. It is strong. It does many other things, but that is the main thing that it does really, really well. It's help with insomnia.
That's good to know.
And then there's a calming oil, and it's just called calming. And there's like 30 herbs inside this calming. And we found it at the grocery store, and I thought, no, this would never test. But it just says calming across it, and there's like 30 oil, but it tests positive. And I use it in there to cover up the smell of the birch. Maybe that's why I'm not smelling it, because the other smell is so strong. But it works really well when I combine them together. So I've been combining them together and then doing the Donita things that Paulo taught me to do to get me to sleep. So it's actually been 4 nights of sleep. Thank you, Paulo. And happy birthday.
Paola's birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, on that note, let's bow our heads. Let's give a little grace for everybody, if you would, please. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you so kindly for being here with us tonight, and we thank you for all your guardian angels that were present. We thank you for the information that you granted each one of us to present. We thank you for guiding us. We thank you for everyone's soul who was present with us tonight. We thank you for your gifts, and we pray that you help us get this off the ground and to soar like you do. In your holy name, amen. Amen. And just 1 second.